when did you have that, click moment to where I want to get into speaking? Did speaking come first, or was it I want a product? Which one came first?
It was the product first, because I always was enamored with the social behaviors and the reason why people did the things they did and responded the way they responded to certain things. So I always thought like I was going to be on like Madison Avenue working for an ad agency. Like that was kind of the thing that really interested me in college. So I majored in kind of business and marketing at Cal, and took a lot of courses around that and business classes in Hall School of Business when I was there. So I had that passion, but I really didn't know what it took to be a successful entrepreneur. My parents were entrepreneurs, and they had a business that had great product, but they didn't always have the great practices, right? Or behaviors, or, sometimes we'll be open, sometimes we'll be closed, and nothing was consistent all the time, but people would come from all over to have the food. So I had to learn a lot along the way and put myself around good people to kind of help me and study. But I made a lot of mistakes. I made had a lot of failures early on. Went on Shark Tank, probably the worst pitch in Shark Tank history.
I saw it. It was that. What you pitch?
18.
2018?
It wasn't even a pitch. So everybody knows. So I own a hygiene and wellness company called Hustle Clean. Now it was Shower Pill. Shower Pill is a joke inside of a locker room.
No, we know you don't do that.
Yeah, you don't take the shower.
Do it.
But people take shower pills, especially on Saturday. Right? Saturday practice is a light practice. Somebody will go home and say, hey, I'm in that shower pill. I'm taking a shower at the house. And so we wanted to create a solution for those moments.
3 ball here?
Yeah, 3 ball brothers.
Now, you got the ball singular fucking logo here. What the hell going on?
The ball just come all different shades.
It was crazy. And I wasn't a seasoned, I feel like we're crushing it right here. Like we got the energy and everything. My role was to come in and talk about the marketing and I wasn't fully in the business because my partners at the time were handling most of the day-to-day stuff.
Derek Jeter almost laughed.
Yeah.
He almost cracked a little.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of energy. This was Misha Tate, who had come out, UFC fighter.
Yeah.
At the time, she was the champion at the time. So we had a whole bunch of just like good energy that was going on in there. But we didn't we didn't maximize that opportunity. We didn't sell the financials and the numbers of the business the way we should have in order to get investment. And there were a lot of things internally that we needed to clean up as far as just like being able to have healthy conflict within the business. A number of times when you start a business and you start it with friends, you have this concept which is called artificial harmony. It's coined by the author Patrick Lencioni. So artificial harmony is just like you're walking around not addressing the hard things within the business. And letting things slip through the crack because you don't want to hurt feelings and you don't want to rub people the wrong way.
Yeah.
There is a such thing as healthy conflict that we need to embrace so with the best ideas win, right? And we can push people and push ideas. So it's just not this passive thing where people are just letting things go and run without being checked. And we had a lot of that going on, honestly, within the business. And we had to get some things in check. And this forced us. Like this, I remember, because I'm leaving from my last experience in the season at NFL wasn't that great. The way it finished, I went with 3 different teams at the end of the year. Now I went and leveraged my retirement to tell people, hey, I'm now doing wellness brand, Hustle Clean, Shower Pill at the time, and this product-based company. And Shark Tank reaches out to me and say, hey, we want you on the show. And I'm just like, this is perfect. Like I'm gonna leverage this moment to get brand awareness of what we're doing and hit the ground running. And then I hit this wall, boom, my first bit of adversity, true adversity in entrepreneurship where I fell on the national stage in front of 7 million people. And I remember at the time, so Shark Tank, all those props that you see in the background, like you got to go get that and rent that from a studio. So the studio doesn't provide any of those things. You got to go pay and rent those things so it can be there on the set.
Damn.
So this is in like part of LA is closer to Inglewood, where the studios are, I believe. And where the set is North Hollywood. So it's like, it took us maybe 2 hours to get there after the event, after pitching the show. And I remember we were on a U-Haul. So I'm guy driving, my partner driving, I'm in the middle, another partner beside me. And it is the loneliest feeling that I've felt in my life.
Taking all that stuff back.
just taking all this stuff back, but also carrying the weight of rejection and failure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and they don't promise you that you're going to be on national TV because they can and things may happen.
Mm-hmm.
But as a pro athlete, you're going to be on there.
Hell yeah.
So we knew what the fallout could be. So we just like, how can we make sure we change the narrative and control the narrative for this and like make sure that we on top of our P's and Q's on our business. We got to have good energy going into the show and the airing when it comes. So we got to keep this ball running, going forward. And so a few months go by. I think this is, I'm trying to think when we filmed. It was probably 5 months before. 5 months, we were in LA. 5 months later, they say, okay, it's a December or January. Yours is going to air. I'm like, okay, we're going to air. We got some good energy. We're going into some retail stores. Things are happening for the business. And Twitter at the time was crazy. So you go in there on the show, everybody see it, and it's just like, oh, another dumb jock with a business that ain't gonna work. I'm just feeling so embarrassed and ashamed of like the performance that I put on. This like, I got to do better as the face. I got to have more control. I got to have a better understanding. I got to educate myself more. And it really pushed me again. The only thing that I could have tied to was when I had that pump blocked in that preseason game.
Yeah.
It was just like, man, am I just going to go cry and go take my ball and go home? Or am I going to fight my way out and just go ball out and run for 260 yards, in an entrepreneurial way? And that was my mindset. It was like, man, I got to go run. This cannot be the last thing that people think of when they hear Justin Forsett. And for months and years, I could never watch Shark Tank because of it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You used to watch Shark Tank a lot?
I used to watch it a lot.
Damn.
I used to, even when if I'm in a room and I hear the theme music, dun, 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 when I hear the door, I was like, nah, I got to get up out of here.
That man leave the house and Shark Tank come on.
Can't stick around for this shit.
Damn.
I was just like hurt. It's just, if you know, and there was a lot of things that I just didn't know.
Yeah.
And I could have put myself in a better position, but there's also things that I just needed to go through.
Yeah.
And
growing pains is a real thing in business. You mentioned the book. There was one I've been reading myself. It's called Traction.
I know Traction. Come on now.
Traction. Yeah. It's another one of those must reads, but it does. I just feel like, when it comes to business and entrepreneurship, even when it comes to even our podcast and just whatever you're doing with people that structure, checks and balances, things must be in place in order for it to be successful. Uncomfortable conversations must be had. If you are thinking about growing, just like working out. Working out ain't easy. It's gonna be painful, but on the other side of it, it's gonna, obviously yield results. Let me ask you this, and then I do want to talk about your speaking engagements as well. So I feel like I just saw recently now Hustle Clean is it's featured in Targets.
Yeah, we're never seen a Target store. Yeah.
So which is huge.
Yeah.
I think that is amazing. Congratulations for that.
Yeah.
Tell us, all right, so what was that? How did it happen? The rebrand, going from a shower pill, now we're to Hustle Clean. What was that rebrand?
It's still technically a shower pill because
it is. But just the rebrand, because obviously to your point, all right, I got disassociate from. Was that your mindset? But we got disassociate from Shark Tank, or was it just
not necessarily. So what we wanted to do, we knew we wanted to build a brand, not just have a product.
Okay.
So the shower pill name itself was so limiting that you couldn't expand or scale to anything else.
There we go.
So if we wanted to do deodorant, let's say one day, shower pill deodorant doesn't, it's going to cause too much confusion and too much thinking on the shelf. So we wanted to create a brand that, that was going to be able to scale and grow with us.
There we go.
And eventually be able to exit and sell at some point. So we wanted to come up. I was doing sideline reporting for the Baltimore Ravens at the time, and at the airport, I thought about the brand. I was thinking, man, we're really in this cool intersection between hustle and hygiene. And I think Hustle Clean would be a great name for us as we grow. And
hell yeah.
Real quick.
Man. So that's how we moved and pivoted there. And how we got into Target was, man, just, again, years of being, tested and through the fire of sports and adversity and opposition and knowing when to maximize, when you have to maximize a moment. 2018 or 19, I had just retired, of course, a year earlier. And the Super Bowl was in Minnesota, I think 2019 or 18. One of
those years.
And I remember I wasn't going to go to the Super Bowl because I always used the Super Bowl Radio Row to promote Hustle Clean, Shower Pill at the time. So I would get free media during that time. I'm always leveraging whatever I had, the NFL, I was going to get as much as. So my first product pictures and first website was all from the team photographer. My first models was a practice squad player and a girlfriend of one of my players on the team. Like everything that I did, I tried to leverage as much. I got testimonials from coaches, players, all as much as I could leverage, I would leverage. So after the 2018-19 season, the Super Bowl is in Minnesota, and I get a note from the NFLPA because I wasn't going to go to the Super Bowl in Minnesota because I wasn't trying to be in Minnesota in February. And they sent a letter out, or email out saying, the PA sent out an email saying, we're having a tour of Target during Super Bowl if anybody wants to come.
Oh, that's where the headquarters is.
Headquarters is in Minneapolis.
That's right. Yeah.
So again, a lot of breakthroughs happened for me in Minneapolis. My first game in preseason,
in the dome.
First regular season game, breakthrough with Peyton Manning, happened there. So it was late when I got this email though. It was like a week out. So all the rooms and everything, and then the ones that aren't booked, the like Ramadas it's crazy. I'm not spending no Sheraton or $600 a night.
Yeah.
For the Ramada. For the double.
Yeah.
The Ramada.
For the Botel. Hey, boy.
So I had some friends up there that were living up there in a place called Edina. And I was like, man, can I stay on your couch for a couple of days for the Super Bowl? I'm gonna do some Radio Row. I'm gonna take a tour. So I stepped on the couch. And this was not a place for me to pitch products. It was just giving us a tour. But I studied like everybody that was going to be. They gave you a little profile of who I was going to be in the room. The CEO, Brian Cornell, merchandise buyers, Kara Sylvester, people that were like decision makers for the categories that I was playing in. And so I brought my backpack. I brought some product. I knew who was in the room. And at the end of the tour, I cornered one of the buyers. And I was just like, man, I know this is not what this is for, but can I share with you about what I'm building and what I have? And they were like, sure. And I gave them a little 5-second pitch or a 5-minute pitch. And a couple of weeks later, they put me in touch with a buyer in the fitness category. And we went into a test of about 500 stores, I want to say. We did well. And then, which was unusual, about 2 or 3 months later, we went full chain. So now I'm going on year 9 of being in full chain of Target.
Congratulations for that. Year 9.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Hustle Clean, man.
Hustle
Hustle Clean.
Black owned.
Do not take a shower pill.
Yeah. Get clean. And then now we have...
Get Hustle Cleanly.
We got Epsom salt soaps, recovery.
Oh, shit.
We do a bunch of... We got supplies, hand sanitizers. We got a bunch of things now. We're doing a facility side. We do some janitorial things as well for the B2B. But
wellness and recovery, man.
Yeah, man.
You're doing it. I
love it. Tap the hell in, roomies.
I love it.
Love to see it.
All right, if you're not gonna wash your ass,
Hustle Clean.
at least get you a body wipe from Hustle Clean.
Come on now.
Get you a wipe.
So whether you're camping, hiking, just leaving the gym, you got kids that use sporting events throughout the day, track meets.
Right.
Here we go.
We got you
wipes.
Hey, no, I would have definitely benefited from these through all of my career. Honestly, now in the spring, summer out here in the South, bro, because I hate walking around after I done had like a decent little sweat and then your body get all like sticky and shit like that. Yeah, these would go ham out here, man. We need that.
Yeah, try sweating from just breathing.
Damn.
No, that's what's up. That's amazing. Now, look, just the end, like I said, not the end, but to just close this segment, because we got some segments we got to get to. So your speaking engagements now. Like I know we spoke a little bit about it off camera, but like, what was your motivation even to start that? Like, where did it even come from? What was your passion? Obviously, sitting here for the past 2-3 hours, your story itself is motivational. So, like, but what made you say, you know what? Like, my story is one that I need to get in front of people to motivate them. When did that come about?
It was really from a place of darkness. And I think most people don't see darkness this way, but darkness illuminates things.
It does.
So it will shine
you can see the light a lot clearer.
Clearer when things are at its darkest. And I started to see some of the gifts that I had in the darkest points of my life, especially in Jacksonville, when I couldn't do anything for the team, when I was injured, when the coaches didn't want me. I feel like, man, just because I was maybe frustrated or I was injured didn't mean that I couldn't have impact. So I wanted to have impact in another way. So I would go out in the training room. I was encouraging people. I would go out into the community. If there was a family that house caught on fire locally, and their family was displaced. And growing up, my house caught on fire twice growing up, which is crazy. And so I wanted to go out and serve as much as I can. So, like, I tell people, the greatest thing that you can do while waiting on your breakthrough is serve. Because serving is the currency to elevation. Like, if you want more to your life, if you want more to your career, if you want more to your business, find a way to serve. And by the time that usually you finish serving someone else or help somebody else reach their dream, your opportunity is going to be right there for you to maximize your moment when it comes. And so I just started serving. I started encouraging. I ended up putting on my first event. And I used to be a person that used to lie to get out of speeches. Because of the athlete, you get offered to speak all the time.
All the time.
Like, go to school. Come to this youth high school or middle school and talk to the kids. They would love to hear from you. And I was like, man, I don't got nothing to say. And I sweat. So when people asked me to speak, I was like, instantly sweat down the back.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it because I was just nervous. I was like, I'm rambling. And but it was just like in that moment, in that season, that dark season, God illuminated this gift inside of me to really help and encourage people. And so I put on my first event there at the Howard Theater in Jacksonville, ended up having a huge success there and loving it being on stage, and just started finding that path towards being a speaker. Marion Jones, who's an Olympic sprinter, she was doing a tour at the time speaking, and she came into the Jacksonville locker room along with her manager, and she spoke, and I was impressed. I was like, I asked her manager at the time, it's like, hey, would you be willing to represent me and help me show me the ropes? Because I wasn't playing at the time. I was just like, I just want to learn the business. So if you'd be willing to teach me. And I just started getting some gigs, like charitable things. I went up going overseas and speaking for the first time out of the country. And I was like, man, this is something I could see myself doing. I started seeing people get life from my hardship and all of my pain that I went through. I realized that it was medicine for somebody else.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Great.
Well, I've heard some of your speeches. I did. And one thing that you did say that I wrote down, I thought it was just best. And you kind of just said it with the dark comment, but greatness grows best in the shadows.
Yes.
And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? That's a fact. Because in the shadows, it's normally when you're secluded. It's normally when you're by yourself. But you can either do one or two things, and you already mentioned before. You can tuck tail and run, or you can stick down the ground and try to figure out how I'm going to get up out of here. It's a lot easier. People don't believe this, but it's easier to do that in the shadows when you by yourself. Because there's so many other distractions out there. If you around a lot of people that got a lot of, there's just too many distractions. You can't even focus on one clear thing. What is the one direction I want to go in? But there was one quote that I saw. I said, I got to bring that here to the pod, man. But hey, listen, I love what you're doing. Black entrepreneur, great business, hustle clean.